All right. So, following up on that, um, could you please describe to me the importance of maintaining one's energy? Yeah, campfire smoking. Maintaining one's energy for in relation to the higher self.
Maintaining your energy?
Yes. So, with the ups and downs of life, why is it important that you try to maintain your
I don't
energies?
I don't quite know what you mean by maintain, because we came here to experience and expand and learn and grow. And that means every experience. And sometimes your higher self chooses certain experiences for you to have in your lifetime. And, when it comes to your energy, I think that just coincides with the idea of being healthy to whatever that means for you, right? Not overdoing it in too many things. I posted some shorts earlier about smoking too much because it was getting out of control. So you gotta reel it back, like you need to not get into too many extremes because everything is about balance, isn't it? So, not quite sure what you mean by maintain, but can you elaborate on what you meant by like life's ups and downs?
Yeah, so when we encounter difficulties in our lives, how we choose to continue after those hard moments, and how that affects your energies.
Um,
Is why is that important for your higher self?
you're making me think of it almost like a series of leveling up to get to your higher self, and maybe it's something like that. But you know, again, some difficulties is another word that wouldn't make sense because there are some experiences we came here to experience on purpose, and sometimes those are bad experiences. But for what purpose would we have bad experiences? To learn from them. And I guess what you're trying to say is like, what happens if we don't learn from those? Like if we keep making the same mistakes, like if we keep dating the same scumbag or something, you know what I mean? Then that's just fine, but I mean, it's going to keep happening. So whatever lessons we're not learning, and this can take the guise of, I don't know, counseling, life lessons, therapy. Everybody will try to get to this, but really it's just listen to your higher self in terms of always choose you. That's just the answer. And people who have trouble with relationships, that's one of the main reasons is we have another whole person to deal with. That's hard because where are you putting your energy? It's very hard to be, have enough boundaries and understand your boundaries well enough. You have to learn that in relationships, but with everybody else. Um, but yeah, what's going to happen is the lesson's going to keep coming until you learn your lesson. And for people who don't learn that lesson, um, sometimes your higher self will actually abandon you. And I know that sounds scary, but it happens because we are here to experience. Your higher self has been you how many times that you've already been to Earth. It's your infinite energy. It's the infinite you that when you die, you go, oh, that was a cool life. What mistakes did I make in this one? What did I learn in this one? Because you're still you, but you get a broader perspective of it. You always know what you want, and you chose this life, and you chose lessons in this life that you wanted to learn. But what happens? Let's see. So that's like the side of what happens if I don't listen. What happens if you do listen? So what happens if, let's say, you have a really bad breakup with someone, and instead of jumping back into the dating pool and making the same mistakes, you decide to focus on yourself, and you decide to remember that not only are we creating our own reality, but we are also attracting the same energy that we are. And that is just the law of attraction for energy. So if you really think about it, and you think about your exes, I'm using relationships, I guess people need to hear this. But when you think about your exes, if you really think about it, you guys had some similarities in terms of where you were, either mentally, either where you were in your lives. But what we don't realize is how amazingly orchestrated it all is. And all we need to do is let go and be and choose ourselves. And that's all life is continuously choose yourself and see what happens. Because all those manifesting people, all those gurus right now, they're talking about that. And that's just the whole idea of it. Is who are you? If I asked you, who are you? What are you going to say? Because that's going to be your reality. And that's why people use so many affirmations. It's not to like cult it. Like, we're not trying to like say it until we believe it thing. We're remembering it. It's a reminder of who you are. That's what affirmations are supposed to be. And I think a lot of people get that wrong too, because they're like, I am a millionaire, I am a millionaire. Like, you're not believing it though. So you have to get to a place where you believe it or understand it. I prefer going top down, understand it first. And we can talk about that later. We can have a whole conversation about how to manifest from the top down, which is just to be. So that's my answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.